Hello, everyone. Welcome to Journey with CJ. Let's discuss a journey of an iconic luxury kitchen brand which is almost 40 years old and has created its own legacy, Valcucine. Let's welcome the export director, Mr. Ivan, and the marketing manager, Mr. Daniel, today and share the journey with them. Welcome.
Yes, thank you very much. Really, thank you very much. And good morning, Quality. Yeah.
So how you guys doing?
Fine, thanks. It's my very first time here in India, and I'm starting to enjoy it.
Yes.
And thanks to you, and thanks to Ivan.
And I know Iran is, I think, half Indian now. Yes, because you've been coming to India for a long time.
I started to travel since 2011, so I'm still, and I was traveling somehow 5-6 times per year. So I have a great experience on this market, but to be honest, I have a great experience on people. I have understood that we are really, Indians and Italians are really close in a lot of things in the sense of family, food, staying together. And I think it's because of the culture and the sense of beauty that you have in India is one of the most important reason why Valcucine is successful in this country.
Nice.
So it's very important.
So let's come back to my most favorite brand,
Yeah.
which is Valcucine. I love the brand and I love the product. So if in one line I ask you the design philosophy of Valcucine, or I can say, how do you define Valcucine?
Well, yeah, Valcucine is a amazing campus. So before the kitchens, we start talking about values. So there are no kitchens, there are no products, there are no brands if you don't have values before. And our values are born thanks to our guru, the designer and the founder of Valcucine, that is Gabriele Centazzo. And behind every kitchen, behind every surface, behind every material that we are using, there are values like well-being, ergonomics, sense of beauty, and engineer the details and things like that. That every time that we are talking about Valcucine, we have to talk about is not just a kitchen. Yes, nowadays there is another point, there is another subject which is becoming so common. It's the word of sustainability.
Yes.
I don't want now to stay with being a sustainable company, but Mr. Centazzo, the famous designer and the founder of the brand, he was talking about sustainability more than 40 years ago.
Wow.
And this is true. There are so many amazing presentations that we can show to you, our distributor in New Delhi, and not only, but even to all the architects who practically today we are having this meeting for remembering that our first goal is to have friendship with architects in order to be helped. The architects are, let me say, the group of people that they are helping us.
Nice. So, if I ask the design philosophy of Valcucine with other luxury Italian brands,
There is a big difference in Valcucine. Is that it's untraveled worldwide, as I told you, since 2011. There is a big difference between Valcucine and other brands. And the architects in India, they know it. So simply, I must summarize this concept in two concepts. First of all, Valcucine doesn't sell models of kitchens. We don't have model A, B, C, D, but we have a pencil, means a black and white, where we can design the product due to the conditions that are all around. Could be the architecture of the house or the architecture of the space. And the black and white means that an architect, together with the customer, can mold the product of Valcucine in so many different ways. The beautiful part of Valcucine then is depending on the characteristic of the environment and even the mood of the customer. This is culture, his sense of design and sense of materials. We can dress Valcucine in so many different ways. So Valcucine is absolutely a chameleon that can be changed, and this is the reason why especially Valcucine is so successful in India, because
depending on the city, we can mold differently, but even we can dress the product in a incredibly different way. That's why the New Delhi sales are different from the ones in, for example, Chennai.
Yes.
And this is the characteristic.
Let me add something. Yes, just hear it. Yeah. One very big difference is this the pursuit that we had into the design thinking of the sense of freedom and the sense of beauty. And we're proving a sense of ancestral beauty. The beauty that you recognize without maybe knowing why, but is connected with a sense of freedom, the thickness, the liberty, the light behind every project. So it needs ergonomics. And on every kitchen, you have a very strong ergonomic. We make things easier in the kitchen. So it's a complicated product, the kitchen, and we try to make the life easier inside the kitchen with a lot of great products that we call special elements that no one has. So we completely changed and revolutionized the kitchen product, but the kitchen.
My obvious question was that Valcucine is known to be a trade setter in the international market. And I think credit goes to the owner also. Us. What is the process of being, just for the audience, what Valcucine practices are to be a, trend set? Like, for example, Valcucine was the first one to use glass. That is still today is the most interesting element. Nobody ever has used glass in their kitchens. Then we have Air Logica, where you have sensors.
That was say something, a statement very strong, that to be a trendsetter, you don't have to follow trends first. And this is why the Puccino is a trendsetter. So, because every time we design something or our designer designs something, he try to, as I said before, research, pursue the ancestral beauty, something that you recognize without knowing. And it's something like connected with customization, for instance. The more you can customize a product, the more you can feel it's yours. And it lasts more.
This is a very fast speech, obviously, but one of the jobs that we do traveling is to meet the architects and to spend more time for explaining what would not just who we are in terms of history, etc., but what we are able to offer. So practically, our aim in India is to organize some nice meetings where we in front of images, in front of concept, it would be much more easier to explain all these, let me say, characteristic of the brand. We are not an entry-level brand. We are top-level brand. We are considered one of the 3 best brands in the world of kitchens. What does it mean? It means that when we will face a customer and an architect, obviously we need to transfer all the values of the company and the difference of quality despite others. So remember that when we were always talking about timeless, the timeless means that this company in the future, when it will be possible, we will be able even to beat the warranty for life. Why? Because it's already technically an extremely durable product. This is another important concept that we will transfer during the next trips to New Delhi. And together with CJ Living, we will be more proactive with all of you for giving this the possibility to understand what is the difference between Valcucine and other products.
Other designs. So, very quickly, before I speak to you about the Indian luxury market, the owner is still designing, right? Just for the audience, tell the age of the owner and what does he do? Because I've heard he stays in the hills, he designs there.
This is the big thing. He's the owner, the founder. He's not more the owner because the kitchen is owned. The company is owned by Big Nice Holding. Yes. Nowadays, he's still the designer. But the nicest thing is that he gave the freedom to every architect, to every customer, to customize, to design his own kitchen by themselves. So the total freedom of composition, we call it like a Lego, the big Lego, is that you can combine every material, every surface, every module with every special elements and design your own kitchen in your own context, in your own environment. 75. It's bought in 49.
No, it's more than that. And he said is that
Yeah. Still good shape.
yeah.
Very smart. Very strong as a human being. He lives in a mountain, not far away from our headquarters, which is located in Pordenone. It's close by Venice. Anyway, love to live all around, being surrounded by nature. He always like to walk every day, and sometimes he likes even to take with himself some piece of paper and a pencil and to draw his new creations. He loves, by the way, the cultures I told you, and beauty is his core business to create beauties. But he loves even Leonardo da Vinci. We need to remember that Leonardo da Vinci is somehow driving us trivial his ideas in the past. Why? Because we have so many mechanisms in Valcucine, very famous already in India, that are moved by the touch of a finger. So he is a guy that is reading books every day.
Also called gravity. There are mechanisms that don't damage because are moved by gravity instead of piston or engine that
Engines, yeah.
that doesn't last forever.
In CJ leading showroom, you have all these let me call it these machines which are capable to explain the concept of Valcucine. So the Valcucine has really some universal ideas on creating a design which is based not only on the door and the carcass, but is based on volumes and nature for this guy is part of should be and is still part of the product.
Nice. So, Rohan, this question is specifically for you. How does Valcucine view the Indian luxury market over the years? Because you've been coming to India since 2000. How do you view the market?
I remember that when I started in 2011, we started with in Mumbai, I must say, and still this dealer is together with us. So he's our first first ambassador in the market, and it was extremely clear that luxury was part of the culture of India. Every person that is capable to achieve the luxurious products knows exactly what does it mean, and they can you in India the sense, as I said, of beauty is extremely very high. That's why I consider India and Italy very close on that.
Yes.
The evolution of luxury in the last 15-20 years is based on the great job that the architect did in the market. Why? Because they first have the great knowledge of how to develop environments capable to create this condition. So we must thank the architects India-wide about this. They have understood that and they choose the Valcucine as part of these tools in India. So we are proud to and I want even to confirm that one of the most of the best dealers in India are dressed with even the Valcucine product. In which way? The kitchen somehow disappears in the sense that the architect, they want to use it as part of their design. It's not just an object that should be added afterwards, maybe sometimes even ruining the beauty of their job. So practically with the architects, we are even today they are promoting Valcucine at the beginning of the stage, at the beginning of the drawing. And this is another thing that we second.
That's why we're talking about integration of the kitchen into the architecture. So there are a lot of elements that can be integrated.
So we are selling kitchens, if technically speaking, is yes. We are selling a kitchen. But technically, I will send you, Mr. CJ, some pictures of what we have done in India, but in other countries, for example, where you see that the kitchen is like a part of, it's really part of the living area. So we want to sell less and better, and so practically what happened in the last 12, 15 years in India is an incredible growth of this sense of well-being. Well-being means nowadays in the world of luxury to be able to stay in a place or to purchase a product that is not only expensive, but and that it's not anymore that the value, but the feeling that you are having something that is giving you good sensations.
My audience, who's the young architects, designers, and clients listening, how did you address the issue of domestic help, which is a lot in India? Luckily, we have people working for us. So when we are using an expensive kitchen, I think the biggest difference between European buyers and Indian buyers is that European buyers cook themselves, right? Here in India, there are a lot of domestic help. So just educate. How have you addressed this thing to the clients, that if any client wants to buy is watching the podcast, or a architect, young architect reads that, how friendly it is for a domestic help to use these sessions.
Like I said, that it's not expensive just because of the cost. It's expensive because there are values behind, as I said before. So which are these values for this kind of topic? It's ergonomics. The more you work in the kitchen, the more you have to feel well, as Ivan said. So the well-being inside the kitchen is fundamental for us. So ergonomics is one of the best things when you are working on the kitchen. You get everything.
So our clients feel that, this is an expensive kitchen, but why should we give to a domestic there?
Thanks God we are here, 2026. We started, as I told you before, in 2010 somehow, and we have sold so many kitchens. We are considered in India the top level brand at the moment of purchase. The reason is we are winning the market, especially because we are nice, we are ergonomic, we have a good product in terms of design, but technically we are still here having success because there is a quality extremely strong. So this obviously is a product that is perfect for the dry kitchen. Let's say the dry kitchen, the kitchen that is presenting somehow the face of the customer, especially in front of a living room, in front of the friends, etc. But we are even selling the second-hand kitchen, and then we call it the famous wet. This is kitchen. Our product can be used in all the conditions, and the reason why we are considered the top level brand in India is even because we have these characteristics. So we don't have any fear because of the quality of the material and the quality of the carcasses to be in the wet kitchen. So I'm just trying to explain in a simple way that this is a product that can face the heavy cooking of India. And this is a famous question that were always asking me at the beginning of this famous adventure, always.
Yes.
And the architects can make today, especially the ones that they will face in the future, like China, especially New Delhi, they can even call their friends architects from the south of India, the center of India, and they will absolutely confirm what I'm saying. So I have the power today to be sure of what I'm saying and to have practical example for explaining to the architects and the customer too that we are a company experience.
So young architect, designers, clients who are listening to this, rest assured, this is a tried and tested product in India. I can say since 2011 we're selling a lot of kitchens to Indian market, and we have been very successful because of the philosophy and the quality of the brand.
Yes, the quality is extremely strong. As I said, this kitchen is beautiful, even the one that we are here set in front of it, but it's extremely, you can use it.
Final, what is your message to architect, designers, and luxury home owners of here?
In India, I'd like just to say that, generally speaking, that I'd like to confirm that Valcucine was to spend more time in the country because it's extremely necessary to be present with our partner, but even with the managers. In New Delhi, specifically with you, CJ, we would love to be more present and to explain all these concepts to all of you. It's very important to remember that there are obviously in this country, in this city, in this area, high-level architectural firms. But Valcucine is a young company and loves to work with young architects. Today, we are facing both the big and important architects, but at the same time, the youngs are for us, the future. So we would love really to arrange more and more meetings to get in this showroom for being able to explain how a young architect in his career can consider Valcucine part of their thoughts or their opportunities, because this is what we want, an opportunity, not obviously an exclusive relationship, because every architect has his own project, different levels, different characteristics. I want only to let them know that it exists, Valcucine, and can help.
Nice. Sorry, yeah, for one thing I have to add that the best way to understand Valcucine is to experience Valcucine, because of if you don't experience this kind of openings, the materials, the touching appearance. So we invite all the architects to come here to CJ Eving and understand.
And also, I think a very interesting office factory you have in Milan. I think when I visited last time, it was very, very nice to see the connect of things together and the display which you have in Milan.
This year is very important, Sergey, because we have the famous Eurocucina fair.
Yes.
And means that apart that we have our own showroom in our headquarters, which is very important, and we are using it especially for trainings for both our dealers and our architects. At the same time, this year we're going to renew completely the show in Milano. So CJ, you can already call your friends, and in case they will come to Italy, please, I would love to arrange some meetings with them in our board.
That makes it great because so you're completely renovating the whole.
Completely. I'm not talking about only the products, but even the environment.
Yeah, the driver will be craftsmanship as a driver of uniqueness.
Okay, great. So before we go, any iconic project which Valcucine has done you want to share with the audience?
But we have done so many, and I'm going to give to Mr. CJ a very important tool. And in coming weeks, we have reprinted the second version of our Those Anthologies, a catalog, a photographic catalog that is showing the best practices, as you asked, worldwide, 25 of them, and some of them are even in India. So there are practices from India, from South Africa, from China, from England, from the United States, from South America, Brazil, for example. And it's a great tool that we will show to all the architects. CJ, you know why? Because we are promoting the job of the architects, especially in the top level options, situations. So with your help, CJ, our dream is to be able, in the third version of our catalog, to have one of your projects here in Indian way. So the architect job is not only advertised in a photographic catalog, but even we will advertise in all the port of architecture and obviously in our website. It's not an action for Valcucine, is a specific action for pricing the architect. So I think that the reason why it's so successful, this action, this book, is because the architect understood that we are not here to say Valcucine, but to price what they have done.
It's interesting the way you can understand the flexibility of our products. So there's a kind of genius logic behind our products that you can adapt from Brazil to Scandinavia to India to Japan in a different way and feel it.
So you see that the kitchen is the same, technically speaking, the model's the same, but depending on this location, the culture, really, the culture of the place, the same model, as I told you before, after the famous black and white job becomes, it's like really, I just forgot to tell you, Valcucine is special. What does it mean? It means that if a customer is more an Armani style, loves to dress in Armani, I can prepare a kitchen of Valcucine that has this sensation. At the same time, let me play, can be even a Bollywood kitchen. What does it mean? Bollywood remembers me power, remembers me colors, remembers me passion, and Valcucine is capable to do this. That's why we have a lot of finishes like art, etc., that can be We can personalize the finish of a door due to the request of the customer. So it's really very special.
So, Ivan and Daniel, thank you very much. Have you learned any Hindi words?
Yeah,
Which ones?
I don't remember now. You asked me.
I. Shukriya, Sundar.
Shukriya.
Shukriya, Sundar, Lord Sundar.
Yeah.
Thank you once again. And I'm very happy that you guys are here, and it would be nice to, have a real experience of India.